Welcome back to Every NES Game. I'm Slider, once again joined by Manga.
Hello.
And this is Castlevania!
Good evening.
Spooky.
Did you just start the game and it immediately died? Or is that just like that?
No, that's just the demo.
Yeah, if you leave it on the opening screen for too long, it just starts showing the game.
Yes.
Right into it. Classic. What the fuck is that?
So Castlevania is an absolute classic platformer. And for very good reason.
Was that an evil airship flying over the moon?
No, I think those are just really ominous clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot to explain, but simply put, you get a couple of whip upgrades pretty quickly. Gives you a giant whip, and we got a knife as our sub-weapon. See those hearts? When we get hearts, that's our ammunition.
I've heard about this game a lot. You have a whip and no pants, and you fight vampires and eat chicken.
Yes, all that is true. And all that is an ideal that people should strive for.
Thank you.
Trying to get loads of ammunition.
Oh, hello.
Which are hearts. Hearts are ammunition, of course.
Of course they are. I want to say, I do actually recommend the original Dracula novel. It's a really easy read for the time period that it's from. Like, I struggle to read a lot of novels from that time period. They get very overwrought. I think because of the epistolatory style of Dracula, it's easier to follow along with, and it's kind of funny how much bad stuff happens to Jonathan because he's a nit. Plus, a lot of the stuff in Dracula's castle is genuinely creepy in the book. Like, there's a whole scene where he describes just kind of looking out of his window at night, and he sees the Count climb out of his window and crawl down the castle walls like a lizard, and it's genuinely really, really scary and unsettling.
Well, it is fondly remembered to this day, of course, so that's not surprising that it's held up well.
Yeah.
Anyway, wall chicken! We heal your health by wall chicken!
Wall chicken. Of course.
Who hid it there?
Well, it's not like Dracula's gonna eat it.
True.
I mean, it's already cooked. Let's just eat raw. Bye, money. Man, that's a badly placed item drop.
Hello, Fishman! Goodbye, Fishman!
I just want love!
So yeah, while the main enemy of this game is obviously Dracula, there's a lot of different, type of classic horror monsters, like Fishmen.
They just want a mute pleading lady to love them.
Yeah.
And their shapely buttocks. I respect Guillermo del Toro so much. He makes amazing movies. Breath of Water is a beautiful meditation on love and bigotry, but it's always going to be known as the Fishfucker movie. I'm sorry, Del Toro. You have to accept that's what it will be forever.
Yes. So along with the knife, you can get a number of little sub-weapons. This one's an axe that you just throw.
Throwing axe. Nice.
Now we're to our first boss. Giant Bat. For the record, this is not Dracula.
He's a big bat. You can be a big bat too. Oi!
Not too difficult boss, especially with the axe.
Good starter boss.
Grab the orb.
And yeah, that's good layout. You get the throwing axe right before you get your first ball to the flyer.
Exactly.
Very good game design.
Yes. The one bad thing I have to say about this game, pretty much, the sound effect for it'll take your hearts for points. That's annoying. Don't know why they did that. But basically outside of that, and maybe a couple of the this is an old game type of complaints, this game's actually awesome. Like, legitimately holds up shockingly well. There's a number of reasons for that. The fact that the aesthetic is great. It has like this, it's like this perfect mix of colorful yet kinda spooky in a Halloween sort of way.
Yeah, I would expect purple and orange to be uglier than that, but it's not eye destroying.
Second of all is the music, which is just really catchy and fun.
Yeah. And the music contributes really well to the atmosphere, the general tone, and it's great. And there's good design, and then there's that poor motherfucker stuck in that tiny 2-block purgatory forever.
That's his fate.
Are there some kind of shuriken boomerang hybrid?
No, it's even better. It's that, and it's also a cross.
It's a Shuri Crucifixorang.
Yes. And now we have Medusa heads. In case you didn't know, these are some of the most infamous enemies in any game. Because look at how they just move.
They look really annoying.
They're as annoying as they look. But that gets me to the biggest thing that makes this game so great, is that it is slightly awkward to control, but the game is designed around that, so it's actually really clever, especially if you can get into it. Like, the game is less about, you know, trying to go through the game quickly at all, and more about...
not doing that?
But, it's mostly about, like, you know, slowly making your way forward, trying to figure out the best way to tackle each enemy.
Slowly make your way forward, but not too slowly, because I've noticed there's a countdown time at the top of the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a countdown, but as long as you're not, like, hilariously slow, it's not too big an issue.
Yeah, but I think it was 300 seconds is 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's not bad, so that's pretty good timing for a NES level.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but basically they really thought about how everything works in the game. How it takes just a split second longer to, like, for your whip to actually attack compared to, like, pressing the button. There's just enough a delay that, like, you have to think about it. But it's not so much of a delay that it, like, ruins the experience. It's like this really careful balance that most NES games wouldn't be able to do, but they were able to pull off.
Bravo.
And, like, it has its cheap moments, but they're far less than you would expect it to be. See, there's, like, the pattern is weird for Medusa heads, but you can, if you get the timing right on everything, you can still pretty easily learn how to kill them.
Well, this is one of those classic games that's pretty much designed that you play it over and over and over until Kingdom comes, until you can perform entire levels through sheer muscle memory.
That is a big part of it. And those things will instantly kill you.
I couldn't tell if it was the spikes or just the fact that you walked headfirst into a candle.
Yeah, it'd be fine if the candle killed you.
Oh no, candle's fine, you can stick your head right in the flame there and it's fine.
And that sub-weapon we got was Holy Water.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a ghost!
Hello, Ghosty.
And a bat. And that, numeral 2 basically lets you throw 2 weapons in a row. Because otherwise, if you don't have that, you have to throw the weapon, it has to, like, either its animation has to finish, or it, has to go off screen before you can, use it again. But if you have the 2, you can use 2 in a row, which can help with dealing with, enemies quicker.
Nice. I just remembered, isn't there a Netflix Castlevania anime?
There was a Castlevania anime-like series. I don't think it's technically a Japanese-made series. Or at least it was made specifically for an English audience. But yes, there's an anime-like series that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I remember watching the first episode.
I've been meaning to watch that. I've heard some good things.
Okay.
And now for our next boss.
I love it, like...
The Medusa! The giant Medusa!
Hi, Medusa. Where's your mirrored shield?
The secret is that holy water can stun bosses, or at least some of them. And so, I defeated it very quickly.
Yeah, I just looked up Castlevania on Netflix, and like, if you hover, your mouse over the thumbnail, you get a bunch of stills from the anime. The art style doesn't look great, but if you're not hovering over it, if it's just a small thumbnail, it's just a still from the NES game. The SNES game.
That's
it's
awesome.
Just a still of dude bro with his whip, whipping a big dude who I presume is Dracula.
And there's these weird guys, I think they're called the Flea Men. You have to get the timing right to, like, duck and hit them, or else they'll just jump around you and be annoying.
Just like fleas.
Yeah, but that's just a short showcase of Castlevania. Like, it's a game I first played when I downloaded on the Wii's Virtual Console, and it very quickly became like a legit favorite of mine. It's an awesome game. Like easily one of the best on the NES. It's like not easy to describe why it's so great, but it's one of those things that a lot of people have played and they know it is. I think most notably, Egoraptor did an excellent video a long time ago about it that described exactly why Castlevania is so great. How it's very well thought out in terms of level design.
It just looks very easy to play and keep playing.
Yeah, it's an awesome game, and because it's a really well-known, popular series, this is the part where I put some obligatory trivia about the series. Did you know this thing about this game? Like, for example, that in Japan, I believe the original version of the game is called Vampire Killer, which is the name of the main character, Simon Belmont's whip.
Like, why? If you're a dude who runs
because,
out of
why name it anything subtle?
vampires with a whip. You get to name your weapons whatever you want.
Exactly. And also, the original version of Castlevania was on the MSX2, I believe, which is like this sort of console that we either never got or never caught on at all over here. It was mostly just a Japanese thing that was popular at the time.
That does happen.
Yeah, especially during that time when the NES was the only console. At least over here. But yeah, that was Castlevania. It was very castle and it was very Vania.
Just to fit as many random pop culture vampires into this as possible. Anyway, see you next time.
Goodbye.